Hey guys, it's Lily and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about burnout. So I know this is something that's not talked about too often. So if you don't know what burnout is, it's basically when you are physically and mentally exhausted because of high stress levels and you lose all motivation. So it's different than just being really stressed. You feel exhausted, you feel like you really can't do anything, which is just an awful feeling. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how you can prevent burnout from happening. And if you are struggling with burnout, or if you do in the future, things that you can do to help get yourself back on track and in the right mindset. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. So one of the best ways that you can prevent burnout from happening when you're a student, or to help yourself get back on track if you are experiencing burnout, is fairly obvious, but it's to take care of yourself. I know I talk about this in tons and tons of my videos. I talk about sleeping at least 7 or 8 hours a night, eating good foods, and trying to exercise. But what I haven't really talked about is that doing all of these things can sometimes cause you more stress. So sometimes taking care of yourself can lead to a whole new level where you are so focused on being perfect with your eating and your exercising, and if you make one mistake or something, it stresses you out even more. That is what you want to avoid, because the whole point of doing those things is to take better care of yourself. So really try to do your best to stay on track with your eating and exercise and sleep, because you'll feel the best when you do, but don't feel bad if you go out for dinner or something and have a treat. That's not a bad thing, and it's not something to stress over. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself to prevent burnout. But don't get too stressed if things don't go exactly according to plan, which is something that I have been trying to work on myself. So I know it's a lot easier said than done, but really try not to let it get to you or worry about it too much, because that will be doing the opposite effect. So you want to make sure you're taking care of yourself, but you're also happy with how you are. And if you're not happy in what you're doing, then maybe you need to rearrange your plan a little bit. Maybe exercising every single day doesn't work well for you, or maybe you need to find a new type of exercise. So really play around with it and see what makes you happiest in your life, and it will help you stay happier and will prevent burnout and will leave you less stressed. The next thing you can do is very helpful, because you're going to get stressed. No matter how much sleep you get or how much workouts you do, you are going to find yourself getting stressed out in your life. Especially as a student or whenever in your life, you will get stressed out. So you need to find things that work best for you when you feel yourself starting to get really stressed out and ramped up and stuff. So I know for me, some of the things that I like to do is color in a coloring book, or meditate, or what else could you do? You could do some yoga, some stretching, light a nice smelling candle, take a bath. So yeah, by making sure that you find something that's right for you whenever you find yourself starting to get stressed out or worked up, you can put your schoolwork or whatever it is that is stressing you out aside for a moment and go and do one of these things for 10, 20, 30 minutes. And I'm sure when you are done, you will feel much, much better and ready to resume work. And if you don't feel ready to start working again because you still feel a little stressed out, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Take as long as you need to get stressed, de-stressed, because the less stressed you are in your day-to-day life, you're better off to take an hour or an hour and a half break in your day than having to take a couple of days break because you're suffering from burnout, which is what will happen if you don't find yourself getting stressed out. So never feel bad about having to take a break to do some self-care, because honestly, you will thank yourself later because you'll end up getting more stuff done in the long run than you would if you just try to power through and push through that one night. Because while you might be like, well, yeah, I made it through the night, I did it, and you might even be able to go ahead and do that for days or weeks, but eventually it's going to catch up to you and you are going to burn out. No one can do that lifestyle forever, so never feel bad about taking a break to do something that you enjoy. Okay, so this next thing is something that I actually had to start doing myself over the past couple of weeks and months, and it is actually very, very helpful, and it is to set a cutoff time every night. So basically you can set your cutoff time, like say you want to go to bed at 10 o'clock. Set your cutoff time for 8 o'clock at night. So basically what I mean by that is at 8 o'clock, say that's the time you set for yourself. At 8 o'clock, you put down your books, you stop doing to-do list tasks, unless they're tasks that you like, and that will be like self-care for you. Stop doing to-do list tasks, stop doing schoolwork, stop doing work, whatever it is, stop doing it. This is very helpful because every night it will give you some time to do things that you enjoy, like reading for fun, or taking a nice long bath, or a walk, or whatever. This will give you the time to do that. And I know sometimes it's not always possible if it's just a night where you have like 6 tests the next day and you really couldn't have avoided it. Yes, you might have to stay up a little later to study, and that's fine to do once in a while. Don't get me wrong, if you stay up a little later, if you need to have a work day, that's totally fine. But just make sure that you are still taking those breaks that you need as much as you can. If it's a night like that where you know that you're going to be up very late studying, make sure that you're taking frequent breaks when you're studying, like every 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break or whatever works best for you. You can figure that out for yourself. But make sure that you set your cutoff time and stick to it as much as you can, because it will give you time to relax and you're still getting a lot of work done because you had basically the whole day up to 8 o'clock at night to get work done. So you're still being productive, but you're also still having a relaxed time, and that is very good for ensuring that you do not burn out. The next thing that I recommend is to do things that you enjoy doing once in a while. So this sounds pretty obvious and self-explanatory, but for a lot of people it sometimes goes a while without them realizing that they've done something that they really truly enjoyed. So this is different than relaxing or taking a break. This is doing something like going out with your friends. You can FaceTime your friends if you're too busy to actually go out. You could go out for a dinner date with someone. You could hang out with your family or your pets or whatever. Like something that you like to do that'll get you out of your normal space where you do all your work, and it will keep you happy. So I recommend trying to do this at least once a week, hanging out with your friends or going out for dinner or something. You know what you like to do, you can think of it. Just get yourself out of your normal work and study space and into a new environment, and that will really help you relax way more, because I know for me, sometimes if I study in my room at my desk and then I'm laying on my bed, all my school stuff is still right there. So yes, I'm relaxing, but it's still somewhere in the back of your mind. Going somewhere like the mall or something, it's going to totally get it out of your mind, let you to relax and have some fun while you're at it. If you are already feeling burnt out, if you are feeling like I described at the beginning of the video, like you've lost all motivation, you feel physically and mentally exhausted, like you just want to curl up in your bed and not leave, well, yes, you might be experiencing burnout then, and maybe sometimes it's a little late to do all these tips because you're already burnt out. What to do if you're burnt out is to just take a couple of days or hours or a weekend, depending on like how burnt out you're feeling, and just don't do any work. Don't do any to-do list tasks. Only do the things that we talked about that make you less stressed out. So whether that be yoga, meditation, whatever it is, do those things during this time. I'm not saying only stay in your bed, because then you're just gonna feel gross and you're gonna feel bad and whatever. So get out of your bed, get out of your environment. Maybe go to the mall with your friends like I talked about before. Like do things that make you happy and are not things that have a deadline to them or have a serious time limit crunch thing. Sometimes you'll need to do homework and stuff, so maybe if possible talk to your teacher and just say, I'm really sorry, I'm just feeling very overwhelmed right now, and I just need like 2 extra days to do this assignment. And most times, if you're not a type of kid that goes in like once a week and asks for an extension, they're probably gonna understand. And if not, maybe you will have to do that homework assignment, but just try to keep it as minimal as possible so you can get yourself bounced back. And then slowly after those couple days or however long that you felt that you needed to recuperate, you can slowly start adding things in. I'm not saying jump back into your normal routine like you normally would. Just start adding little things. Like say you used to work out every day, just maybe start with one workout and then start with some homework assignments and some planning in your planner, like whatever it is, add it in little by little and slowly get back on track and try to do some of the tips I mentioned earlier in the video in order to prevent burnout from happening to you again. Okay guys, so those were all my tips for struggling with burnout. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I will see you all next time. Bye!